Welcome back to the 2018 Academy League. The players are sending ready checks for our second game of the day, with Cloud9 Academy looking to hold the first place position up against Chronologic Gaming, and a win here for Cloud9 will guarantee a spot in the playoffs. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, mathematically, a couple teams would have an opportunity to tie with Cloud9 in Week 9, but with Cloud9 has looked all split how good they've been, it'll be a tough ask for any team. This game is all about moving a step closer to securing that playoff spot and closing out quickly and decisively against a lower ranked team is what we're going to be looking for here. Right,
and CLGA have a tough road ahead of them, but should be in high spirits, I say, after their win over Team Liquid yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, second time. CLG should definitely feel better about this one compared to the last time that they won. OmarGod had a great game, and CLG came in with a plan to shut down Mickey and executed on that. With the win CLG has picked up over the past few weeks, they are still within striking distance of playoffs, but they need to get every single win that they can. If CLG can claim a 2-0 on this week against the league's best teams, it's safe to say that that dream is still alive.
That is true. Let's get into the starting lineups and see just how alive. Cloud9 on the blue side to start things off. That means it is Shiro at the top lane. Wiggily squirming around in the jungle. Goldenglue in mid. Keith at bot with Zeyzal, and his beard as always at support.
It's like two people down there.
Oh,
and Counter Logic Gaming will be on the red side. In the top lane, it's Fallnbandit, OmarGod in the jungle, Tuesday in the mid lane, and the auto-filled bot lane.
Auto-fill indeed. OmarGod. Pretty great game, as we said yesterday, on the Kha'Zix, going pretty ham. Tracker's Knife, maybe allowing him to stay a little bit more, not stay invisible, but you know what I mean, just kind of hide under the radar.
And it's surprising to see it from him as well, just a player that we've just kind of...
Usually more reserved and tanky.
Yeah, just assume that he's like, oh, we'll play Nunu now and play this stuff, and go in the opposite direction, actually. And hopefully we see more of that. Like, he initially got known for his Olaf pick. We've seen people trying out a Rek'Sai now. I would like to see him go for potentially a more aggressive style if that's what they think they need to find these wins. A lot of people think he's the best player on that team, so put a little bit more of that individual burden on him.
Tuesday was able to benefit quite well yesterday on his Orianna play. 7-something and some, lots of kills. Definitely played a nice Orianna. So many score lists I looked at today. I can't remember. Ryze. Oh no, that's Skarner. Cassiopeia getting taken out to start.
Yeah, like we were saying, pretty different patch just with the removal of Zoe from a necessary red side ban. We'll see if something takes her place as this meta kind of solidifies, but for now it feels like Skarner is one of the few picks that they kind of leave over there. GP got nerfed as well. It doesn't feel like he sees nearly as much priority anymore.
Galio Cass.
Scion.
Interesting.
Little boy.
Goldenglue wants to have a nice, easy lane for himself, so don't get everything to Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of forcing a Ryze ban here on the side of CLGA Academy, because otherwise you would expect C9 to first pick that one. Goldenglue has had some good Ryze performances, so we'll see what they do there. Potentially AD carries banned out here, maybe supports, who knows? There's a lot of things left up, and yeah, it is the Braum support.
The Braum. All right, so what are the side of CLG Academy? They finish off 20 seconds left. Easy Ezreal taken away from Keith here.
That means the Ryze pick is left up. Wow, C9 are going to pick that one, and CLG have to have known that was an option, so you would hope that they have a good game plan here prepared for it. Azir matchup-wise is still pretty good. Actually going to go with the Orianna, never mind.
I like the Orianna matchup. I do. You stay safe. It's not, you're not like going to crush it, which is usually what you want to kind of do in your lane. You want a winning lane. But OmarGod gets that Kha'Zix again, so maybe they say we focused this yesterday. We had a bit of the timing kind of locked down on your ganks, my ganks, ball to kill. Let's do it again. Easier said than done.
Yeah, I think if you find a strategy that works well for you in scrims, you can get it multiple games in a row. There's no shame in just keep going back to the play that works.
Just keep hitting that one button.
Yeah, run it down the middle. Run it down the middle. That Madden, just same play.
Exactly.
And, like we said, if it works, great, keep doing it, and it makes sense for their team. OmarGod playing the Kha'Zix, having more autonomy to go out and make plays with that pick, and then the Orianna being able to protect him and kind of enable him a little bit.
Yeah. Varus getting locked in the side of Cloud9 Academy. 10-3 on that scoreboard. Feeling pretty good about whatever picks they really put behind them here, with the idea of how to play them. And Ornn, who has kind of been shied away from, still banned out here and there to make sure they don't see him, but Cloud9 still wants to put him on the Rift.
Have to see what happens from here, because CLG is going to get pinched in one of two positions, and I don't really like either of the ones that they might get pinched in, because Ornn is the best tank left up. Maokai's probably the second best, and if you don't grab him here, he's most likely going to get banned down. We're seeing an Ashe at AD carry, so totally different look from CLG Academy here. kind of playing their own game in some ways, because you're thinking, all right, Varus is taken, Ezreal banned out, maybe you're looking at Kalista. She got a lot of changes on this patch. Is she still good?
Yeah.
Kog'Maw got that rebuff. We saw Mr. Rallis playing that, but nope, we're going Ashe.
Ultimate had Ashe. No.
Oh, God.
But it's a composition that actually works great if once auto, if they're not going to use it for lane, if they play safe, keep firing across the map, get them out there, get a kill for OmarGod, get a hit up into a shockwave for Orianna. Possibilities now, CLG's kind of just put that initiation or at least a hit in their pocket.
And they're the ones that ban out the Cho'Gath with their top laner not picked, and C9 probably having picked their top laner. Yes, Zeyzal might flex that down to the bot lane, but I am surprised.
It is Zeyzal.
Yeah. Who knows? He's got that beard.
Got the beard.
Could be him. But I'm just surprised to see CLG start banning tanks out of the top lane when they don't have one selected yet. We'll see if they continue doing that. Maybe there's something in particular they're looking out for. Maybe they have some Illaoi prepared or something crazy counterpick that they want to make sure that they're getting that Ornn matchup. With Gnar.
Ban Maokai. Just do it.
Yeah, I'm going to be surprised to see what they do. This has become a bit of a strange draft. Like, yes, you can respect the Ornn flex, but with the amount of picks they've banned up to the top side, banning out a lot of the standard tank matchups, you think CLG has something up their sleeves now.
So they ban out the Alistar, taking away 3 supports, 2 mid laners on the side of Cloud9 Academy, and a whole slew of everything on the right side, jungles, ADs, and top laners from CLG. They look for the Bard possibility. So much like playmaking, but it has to be hit from this team of CLG if they kind of lock in this composition.
I mean, this is a very high skill cap composition right now. No tankiness either, so if you flub any of these engages, like, things will turn on you quick. So very exciting comp to watch. I'm looking forward to see how this goes, but CLG has a tall order, very high execution bar needed to make this comp work.
I like that they're still leaving top to last. They're like, pinch ourselves even more. Or like, they might already have something in mind. I just find it funny.
Yeah, I think they're making sure that Ornn pick doesn't flex because they have a matchup that they specifically want to the Ornn, and there you go. That is going to be the Ornn flex to the bot lane. It will be the Maokai.
So that's what he's up against.
Yeah, but a lot of the counter picks that work into Ornn should potentially work into Maokai as well. So I guess they're just making sure it's a tank.
Awesome.
If they go something lame here, I'm going to be upset. There we go. It is the Illaoi. Okay, so.
They knew? They were going to pick the Illaoi. That's what he was doing.
I thought that's what they were doing, setting up the Illaoi pick and making sure that it is a tank matchup she's playing it into. And that's what they get. So here we go. CLG with no tanks in their comp, saying, screw the banner of command meta. That's overrated. We're going to go with a counter pick and playmaking comp.
We'll see. They got to hit hard and they got to hit fast. There is a bit of scaling that Goldenglue wants to do with that tier. Maybe we get OmarGod back into Tuesday's lane over and over again. Rek'Sai grabbed up for Wiggily to kind of route out that Tracker's Knife being out of the game and get Tremor Sense back into a utility for the team. And
that's one of the things that we were talking about with, you know, Rek'Sai coming back. Feels like she might make a resurgence with that extra vision control she brings with the Tremor Sense, the lack of vision allowing her pre-6 ganks, and then scaling up into a tank. You can probably build Banner of Command later if you really need it to happen.
If you really want to.
And who doesn't really want another Banner of
Everybody's doing it.
All the cool kids are doing it, Riv. Why aren't you doing it?
I wasn't leaning over. You didn't see that.
You're not a cool kid? Is that why you're not going to do it?
You got to join them. You can't beat them. You got to join them. Let's see what happens here. Who joins the Banner Club in week 1 of patch 8.4 in competitive play? Is it Cloud9 and Clutch? Seems like the composition says so. Dematerializer on Goldenglue only. Oh, no. Okay, down there on Zeyzal.
And
so CLG says no.
Yeah, CLG says no. They also said no to Goldenclue's Scion mid lane. If you guys did not check the scores yesterday, he built Banner of Command first, Scion mid lane, took his turret at 12 minutes, and was tweeting about how great it was. And
it's not even like I did great. Scion did great.
Yeah, so if you're not sick of seeing Scion yet, I mean, you might be pretty soon here. It was a cool pick to be like, oh, it's a stable tank that we haven't seen that much, high win rate and solo queue, and now it's like, it's great everywhere.
Get it out. Scion support. Scion top.
So have we seen the support yet in NA?
I think he's been played at some point.
I mean, he works just kind of like a lame poke champion. And not very volatile matchups. You just kind of E-spam. And then later in the game, you became an engage tool.
All right, let the farming begin and the Aries fly.
And this is a matchup that traditionally has favored the Ryze. There was that kind of circle of mid laners where it was like Ori beats Cassio, Cassio beats Ryze, Ryze beats Ori. But days have changed a lot, and especially on 8.4 with so many new item power spikes, you're wondering if it still is in the favor of Ryze overall.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to play because you used to be able to just kind of stand in your minions, and now everything's all bouncy, more so than just spell flux. And you'll be able to just play the ball move game and keep them at bay. Slow movement here, not even twos yet, but good damage here and there with the volley and the hits. Bard is such an annoying champion early, especially once he starts getting more meeps. You can easily clear half health on any low or squishy champion.
Yeah, especially given the fact that into tanks, he is extremely annoying. They don't really have a way to deal with that slow that keeps coming in, like you said, from those meeps. You get your Q as well. You can help push the lane. Keith on Varus is a good champion for kind of wave clearing, but you are immobile. So once 6 comes in, you can expect a lot of Ashe arrows and Bard ults to be flying at your face. And this will be a very tough lane for C9. I mean, this is kind of the CLG strat here. They have winning side lane matchups and a Kha'Zix.
Oh. It's like, come here, Raptor. You're closer to me. A little love for the top side. Oh, no. He just pulled him out. He's soul stealing. Thought it was a 2v1. I'm going to say that's pretty fast. Wiggly's still on Gromp. He's not in any position to be ganking just yet. And they just got vision of OmarGod. So that actually helps Wiggily to say, I can get a counter, or if there's long enough, I just get the gank.
We'll have to see what happens. Wave is pushing away, so he can sneak up in here and maybe get a kill on Fallnbandit. Not that level 6 Illaoi that becomes notoriously good at 1v2ing ganks. Shiro, though, has cleared a fair amount, and there they go.
Quite far. Good bit of damage. OmarGod just on the end, not quick enough. Tries to get himself in. Nothing will be lost on here but Fallnbandit. The buffs stay on the junglers, and that feels good for Shiro.
Fallnbandit getting a little just too comfortable in that lane. The initial counter gank felt kind of off. They went flying in just as the Test of Spirit came out, and it felt like it wasn't going to lead to anything, but he didn't back off far enough. Maokai still in range to get the Twisted Advance onto him, punches him back in range for the knockup follow-up, and then it's chain CC to death, basically, as they flash follow for the kill on Wiggily.
And they also saw OmarGod again, so a little bit of warding. That kind of started with Goldenglue and then trickled to the top side. They may be able to shut him down this game and not get him that consecutive one after the other, just kill score. Let's see how this happens once again. They wait for the wave to die, and boom.
Yep, Shiro walks forward, gets his spirit pulled, and it felt like it was going to be all over if he kept walking back, but you see there the turnaround by Fallnbandit, putting him in range to Maokai. Very easy to get the knockback into Wiggily then. And they get the kill, and Omar was just not quite in range. Maybe Fallnbandit was trying to bait, but just a miscoordination there with his jungler.
You become the bait and end it. Level 4s and equaled out here by Zeyzal and Keith. Not a problem for them at this point. As the tiers stack in mid. Actually a nice hit there as Tuesday, no teleport for him. He takes cleanse and goes a little behind on CS as they crash into the turret. So about a wave up here for Goldenglue. That can easily mean a level 6 quickly as well if Cloud9 want to activate something on that.
And the minion dematerializer. I feel like I want to come up with something called other than dematerializer, because that's just doesn't really roll off the tongue well, at least not for me. Yeah. So the minion DMs maybe.
They can material the minion. The DMs.
The minion DMs. Both Goldenglue and Zeyzal have the ability to slide into those minion DMs.
Twisted Advance puts Shiro in a pretty scary spot right next to those passive tentacles. He needs to be careful. There's like a wall he can't cross right here. It's not even an invisible line. You see that.
Yeah, the thing is, as much as we're talking about how Fallnbandit died once in this matchup, it will not change really how this matchup plays. You need to die a lot of times and fall very far behind in gold before Maokai starts beating Illaoi in a 1v1. So as tragic as that was to give up that first blood, you still see a CS advantage developing for the Illaoi, and things are going to go from bad to worse from here on out. Now 6. Once Illaoi gets her Black Cleaver, you start getting level 9 in your 5 points into your Q. You start one-shotting backline minions, and it becomes very easy to just keep that Maokai shoved in under turret.
You can see he's already trying to do that. Pushes lane, doesn't have TP up, so he gets as far as possible, and backs. Quick fundamental to get his phage in. That kill did not deter him whatsoever. No real gold lead so far, just a bit of CS here and there for each lane as OmarGod is back towards the top side of the map. blue is starting to come up. Jungler's actually doing a good job of keeping those camps off the map right now, as their main camp's about to spawn again.
That's a good point about the junglers. Just we talk about how great Skarner is in competitive play due to his faster clear speed while being a reliable tank. I mean, that's something Rek'Sai can do pretty well. Probably clears faster than most of the other junglers that are in the meta right now, and probably finishes at a pretty high HP pool. So will be kind of threatening in the, like we said, the first 6 minutes of the game that you should be on the map first. If you remember all those crazy Rek'Sai camps that we, paths that we had last year, I mean, you know just how crazy Rek'Sai can get in terms of getting up to the top side of the map in about 2 minutes after starting on red.
Especially once you control the map. It's all over the place. You really have any route that you want. Fallnbandit back in Shiro's face, 52 to 60. They're just going back to safe farming here. See a little bit of an entry into the jungle. OmarGod, quick level up, almost gets caught evolving. That would be just
the ambition.
Feels bad. Yeah, feels bad, man.
Luckily, not too much of a threat from just the bot lane there. No follow-up from the Ryze or anything. So, still a blue buff handoff. Done just fine for CLG. I'm a little surprised to see Shiro tanking the damage from the Spirit there. It's a little bit debated on how to play that early on. Later, when Illaoi's damage starts spiking more, you generally see people break that as soon as they can to not take any damage. But early in the game, it does lead to more tentacles being spawned, which can lead to a little bit easier of a time for the Illaoi. But at this point in the game, it's probably best to just back away as soon as you get E to break that and not take the damage and instead deal with the tentacles.
Yeah, because it's already annoying enough being melee and having to walk up to the tentacles in general. It just gets so annoying. And Wiggily secures with the Prey Seeker. He gets back. So you see Goldenglue actually using his materializers in mid. Oh!
Oh, it landed.
The Ornn horn is on. And now they're actually going on to Tuesday. He gets himself under the turret. Zeyzal's going to be the guarder on this one. Wiggily goes down in the back and forth. But man, they activated on that very quick.
Yeah, barely landed that ultimate to start that fight off. And then you saw, funnily enough, some of the changes that came in with Ornn on this patch. They increase the damage of your E if you don't connect it onto a wall and pretty much remove the extra damage from landing that shockwave. That's basically now just CC that you get, which funnily enough, increases some use cases like the one that we're going to see in this replay as Ornn just kind of charges into Tuesday for damage. Just
boom!
No points in E really yet, though, so not that significant. They trade 1 for 1 as they go pretty hard for that kill.
I'm helping.
Not too bad to get that trade of kills. Checking in on those minion DMs, though. Goldenglue has used all his DMs.
It's up to Zeyzal, dude.
And it's not too much of a surprise. We're talking about item caps. Mid lane is one where you start building a lot of mana generating items. You start getting a lot of components, and you want that space. Not necessarily the case for the Ornn, though. It's starting to get up there with the wards. Got the free boots.
Yeah, you start getting a lot of little pieces and you can't finally complete an item. They're up to their quests pretty easily, though, so they get their wards out on the map and you can start to continue that vision. I like the fire of the hawk shot up over Phil. They know they have the vision there, and that also says, oh, my guy's not here. Don't worry. Come fight me.
Yeah, I'm checking river.
Nobody ever buys that anymore.
No, but they are going to kick this fight off. Arrow goes wide. They have a second chance here with Phil. Still going to shoot it. This one.
Oh, that's all you need. And volley when he comes out to slow him down. Cleanse immediately. One last hit. Ignite goes down. Phil gets the kill.
You see how much playmaking they have on the bot side there. That's why we're talking about this being a very dangerous lane for Cloud9 Academy. They miss the arrow. They land the ultimate. They get the stun on the wall that gets insta-cleansed and flashed away, and he still dies. So Keith playing that pretty well, all things considered, but not able to avoid the death.
Did they miss the arrow, or did they zone him into a future tempered fate?
That is next level Riv, and I am not good enough to say.
We'll have to get back to that. Oh, take it.
Ooh, give it to minions.
Yeah, they just died real quick. They almost, you could say, got dematerialized. Quick movement here as he picks up some chimes around the map. Always got to make sure you're picking up chimes as Bard. It's only more damage. It's free damage. You just got to make sure you're leaving at the right time. 2-2 as things are quite even here in game 2 of the day. Everybody back to lanes to keep it safe. A little intervention from both junglers. Started things off early. We'll see this play again.
Yeah, and there you see it starts off with Phil landing that. They get the stun, insta-cleanse, flash away. but the ignite as well as the follow-up damage by Phil is enough to take that kill down. And now that Keith has no summoners, you can expect some repeat attempts down here once the ultimates come back up from the bot lane. So that will be a high point of focus for CLG. Fallnbandit has not really made a huge lead up in the top side, but he's fine to not receive any jungler attention from this point on. And it's going to be a lot of focus around that mid and bot lane.
Here comes Shelly. Won't fully take it down just yet. Good bit of damage to start things off. Any follow-up, Shelly's still on the turret. They have a good bit of hits. And there's the crowd control as well. Coming into the side of CLG. Looks like Cloud9 cannot get their Zeyzal out safely. He still has Ignite up in a fight that could have happened, but one after the other, they keep him in control.
So we're talking about things are going to get harder and harder for Keith. Walks up in a four-man siege, gets the only one who gets sold out by that Ashe arrow.
Zeyzal. You're right, yeah.
So it's going to get very difficult for him to play this game out with how much engage is on the side of CLG and the follow-up that can come through with the Ori ball.
Interesting. Spellbook changed to cleanse for Zeyzal as well, so we just keep the crowd control up in these fights too.
Yeah, it's a situation where you realize that at this point we're trying to survive against the bot lane pressure. You don't really need the Ignite because these will not be fair fights. So you're not looking to trade kills or anything like that. You're looking to survive. Not the best for that.
Back and forth through the jungle, 98 to 75 on that CS, as we figure Wiggily would be making some quick moves. And he'll head back towards the top side. We're watching Fallnbandit and Shiro just continue to go back and forth quite even, but that black cleaver is up. Fallnbandit can get that priority on lane and get a TP. Could be big plays for Shockwave, Arrow, all that crowd control we see coming in from Chronological Gaming. Right,
and this is kind of that break point we were talking about where you get the black cleaver, you get your 5 points in your Q, you just start destroying minions, and for the rest of the game, Shiro's probably going to be on the other side, or on his own side of the river, unless he gets some jungler help. But that keeps going mid. They're desperate to finish this turret off.
Why not? Got Arcane Smash level there for Lane to keep it pushed for himself. You see the damage onto Fallnbandit over and over again, filtering in the auto attacks. The boom boom's coming out. And yeah, Shiro doesn't want any of that. Oh my word! 100 to 0, and that's how it happens.
Died to the E damage. That's what I was saying. Once Illaoi starts getting some items, you want to break that tether immediately, and he got a little bit too close, took too much actual damage from the AoE that comes in from the double ult proc from having your spirit out as well. So gets destroyed by that damage to the point where he no longer has any HP. By the time he tries to retreat, there's enough health still on the spirit to finish him off.
Fallnbandit was almost full HP by the time that ended anyways, so could have taken another fight if he wanted. Ooh, a sombrero for OmarGod. Goldenglue gets out easy on that one. Should have to use his ghost, but still has flash to make another play.
Yeah, just able to get enough move speed to get out from that ball. Does not get pulled back in. Does have to recall off that. Here's another look at that fight in the top lane. Fallnbandit starts kiting.
It looks
Shiro,
good.
He's pulling him towards his tentacles before he takes this fight. And then the ultimate hits both, so you get 2 extra tentacles. And then Shiro took so much damage that he's still hitting the spirit, which is what actually kills him. God, it's painful, man. If you don't know how to play against Illaoi, that stuff, you just die out of nowhere, it feels like.
You can get away, but I will beat your soul into the ground.
I have full HP, you had half HP. What happened?
That's exactly the point in which you take a fight, and then you wonder how everything went so wrong. Dragon going over to Chronological Gaming Academy. Nicely done as they control the majority of the map, and now quite a bit more on the top side. Goldenglue staying a little too long, gets himself to safety as Realm Warp, only for the good guys.
Yeah, barely able to stay alive there. I think he was trying to flash in the Raptor Pit, but either way, with the use of his ultimate, able to survive. And with all that focus going mid lane, it vacates the bot lane for Keith and Zeyzal to start getting some damage down on this turret. It also gives them a little bit of breathing room because there's no arrow on that Ashe for a couple minutes now, so they don't need to worry about getting all in quite as much.
That's true. Something Auto has kept up on is firing it as soon as it comes up. Something teams will be like, oh yeah, we wanted to use Ashe for this, but then they never fire the arrow. Take the opportunity.
It's a hotly contested topic, actually, amongst analysts and pro players. I remember hearing
you get the best initiation in the game if you use it, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it was, I think it was TSM with Turtle. I heard a story about how Parth tracked every time he shot the arrow in scrims from bot lane to mid lane to try and snipe. and he was 0 for 10 in scrim.
Okay.
And so his point was, why don't you hold on to it in case you need it to set up a gank or something instead of constantly using it in the mid lane? So he argued at that point, if I remember this story correctly, that it was better to use it.
Just falsifying.
Yeah. maybe he's making up data and Turtle wasn't tracking it, but I think his point was just
like,
hold it in case you need it, because
like
you're not hitting it anyway.
They go so deep as that high school team to figure out that onside kicking is actually better because of the percentage you pick it up. It's
right,
actually,
exactly.
you're good.
Yeah, it's like, oh, everyone's so bad anyways, just kick it onside, it'll probably work out.
Just fire the arrow. Oh, that's funny. Fallnbandit, though, laughing about this matchup so far. Still taking damage. He's waiting for the minions. He always pulls Shiro into this kind of false sense of security and takes him down when the moment's right.
Yeah, finish his turret off for the bot lane C9. He has got an interesting build where he's got the executioners.
Oh, yeah.
Most people just go for the HP sustain because even if Maokai sustains pretty good, if you get your Death Dance second finish, your sustain's no joke either, but instead he's going for this.
Shiro attack, pretty low as well. OmarGod ultimate. Oh, he doesn't see it coming! OmarGod gets himself another one. 2-0-2, very reminiscent of yesterday.
All these strong winning side lanes coming in for CLG Academy. The fact that their bot lane had backed off kind of telegraphed what was going to happen up on the top side. So C9A Academy is able to trade turrets, and they get the bot one first. But they will lose their top side one, and things are starting to go south for this Maokai.
Really respectable game. I'm not really seeing too many banners just yet. Thumbs up. Ornn comes out, actually liking the Tempered Fate there.
Oh, God.
Very, very dead. Keith goes down. Didn't expect that to happen too fast. And trying to go through the journey. Will they be able to make it to safety, however? And they do. Top lane's going to be pushed by Shiro still as he presents himself back onto the map in a bit of scuffle in the bot lane. Gets things started.
Yeah, interesting fight there. Some funny interactions. The Bard ultimate canceling out essentially the Ornn ultimate, stopping him from being able to redirect it. Kind of negates that dive, and then the follow-up from the Ashe, as well as the Orianna killing Keith. Zeyzal has to flash away as well because Ori still had her ult. You just see how much playmaking is available on the side of CLG, where one is used defensively, then the next one used for an engage, and the third one used to force a flash. Very difficult for C9 to play this game out.
It creates a huge variety. Usually you can see that play once and be like, oh, don't get hit by Tempered Fate, then it's going to unlock to an arrow. But it could be absolutely anything that starts the fight, so you haven't seen it all. So much more.
Yeah, but with that said, and as much as we're talking about CLG's comp, they're actually down 1,000 gold, a lot of CS advantages for the side of C9 Academy, as well as having one extra turret at this point in the game means that if this game starts trending to the 25-minute mark and C9 starts getting their banner commands, maybe they can force a Baron and take this game over.
Shiro, how you doing? He's probably saying fine. Let's push the other side of the map, try and get that pressure. That's what Top is doing. And Zeyzal working on this turret. They're kind of being routed by Phil here. He at least wants the vision, and it looks like OmarGod's trying to get River for the team as him and Wiggily jockey for position. No, they want to actually give Shiro a little bit of love. And this would be Fallnbandit going down. They don't have too much of a shutdown to get on him, but they are drawing that attention, and what will happen on the rest of the map due to this.
Barely able to take him down. Does get the 2v1, but buys enough time for Tuesday to collapse. He's full HP, he gets one.
I feel like that could have been played a little bit better in the sake for the fight, but they're still going to get it. He says, it's all right if I go down. We're going to have the follow-up here. Shiro, one last clockwork wind-up and a double kill coming in for Tuesday on the Orianna.
Nice collapse and followed by Tuesday. Ryze able to roam first, get down onto that Illaoi, but he's not going to let his teammate go down for nothing. Tuesday gets that double kill. They lose their bot lane, or top lane turret, excuse me, as a response to all the attention given down to the bot lane. Now they have to worry about the Baron buff. No vision of this, I'm pretty sure, but the Ashe arrow comes through.
Swipe it up.
They know this one's going down.
Slow movement up the river, team and team. Good hit, already buffered in the tunnel, so he'll be safe. 5 pink wards in the inventory of CLG Academy, so they are ready to start a fight, even if it is a ward war right now. And they're going to take down this mid turret without too much pressure. Yeah,
able to punish C9 for getting a little greedy on that Baron force. Everyone has to vacate up to the top side, leaves the mid lane open for them to grab that turret. Taking a look at that bot lane fight, we said it looked like it could have been played a little bit better. Definitely think that's the case. It's scary for C9. I actually think they played this portion pretty well, where Goldenglue is doing his best to stay out of range. and he avoids getting hit by a fair amount of tentacles. Generally speaking, still gets hit a little bit at the end, but no sustain built in from the Death Stance yet, so not as much as you normally have. And then here, yes, flash forward. Maybe you wait for the Maokai to kick that fight off so you can follow up. There's a couple things maybe they could have done different, but they knew most likely that OmarGod was on his way down. Probably felt the pressure of that and were a little rushed in how they wanted to play that one out. Goes south anyways.
Always easier to see from the sky cam.
Much easier to know how to play things out after watching it for a second time.
Yep, exactly. All right, so Chronologic Gaming actually gets themselves up to Baron now. This was actually owned by Cloud9 just a few seconds ago. We saw Wiggily and Zeyzal trying to start it off. They head back in, so it's really just cycling back and forth. The cycle of wards and death continues.
But that said, CLG finally have the gold lead for themselves after grabbing some more of those turrets. Tied up in turrets, 3 of 3. Very slim gold lead at 600, but they still feel like they have the pressure in this game where they have all the tools to start whatever fights they want. C9 have a harder time starting those. And as well as the fact that CLG have the winning side lane, so they have a little bit more pressure on their side.
Now that was short. 22 minutes in, a patient Zeyzal, knowing he needs to hold on to 3 DMs, still has those if Baron does go against them. So he can dematerialize and keep the lane safe.
I would love to see that this game. Because it feels like the perfect edge case that we're always talking about, where you use some DMs early on in the laning phase where it's a little rough for you. You hold on to the rest of them. I think you actually held on to 6 for quite a while, and now you have the 3 that you potentially need should you lose control of this game, which it started happening. It's not like,
oh my word,
you needed it. Wiggily gets chunked out. Oof.
Wow, get isolated, man.
Yeah, Dust Blade finish on that Kha'Zix. This is a big boy.
So that means they hit Wiggily out. They got to get vision back of him again before they really start anything. Stopwatch on Wiggily if he needs to go in for any crazy plays as well. I like it. And we have bot lane pushing. That's going to call some respect here for Chronologic Gaming. I wonder how Cloud9 actually plays that. Teleport just about up for Fallnbandit, so CLG has to stall it out.
Yeah, I felt like CLG slowed down a little bit there when they lost that teleport, but now that it's back up, Fallnbandit's going to be A-okay keeping Maokai in that side lane. We'll have to see if CLG can coordinate well enough on vision control. That is something that they have feels like they struggled with a fair amount here in the Academy League. And now that they have all the pressure in the game, they have their tools back up. Bardal will be up in a little bit. Reset, get some control awards, and then control that Baron buff.
Banner 1 is done. Bill 201 actually gets him to Banner a little bit quicker there with the KDA.
This whole time I was like, man, they don't really have a tank on CLG's side. Where are they going to get the Banner from? Just build it on anything. Bard, you build a Banner.
I think that was the tweets yesterday too. They're like, oh, what part does he build? Is it going? It's like, kind of anywhere?
Yeah.
Depending.
When in doubt, make your support do it. They're kind of the go for anyways.
25 minutes as they head towards the top side of the map. This vision. Security very much in favor of CLG, but they find a little fog, and now they're right back into the eyes with potential engage. The arrow held by Auto here. They don't really have any follow-up if it were going to happen, and they're going to say, let him kind of go around to Baron.
Yeah, this is a strange decision to put Phil behind the Illaoi.
Around with Fallnbandit.
Yeah, it feels like it would have been much better if he was just up here the entire time. Now they lost complete vision control, and C9 are burning this down.
All right, to get themselves a bit more time, Zeyzal says, get out of here! As he forges the defense, the zoning control coming in. Cloud9, do they want to fight it or do they want to get out? Nice flash by Keith. As the shockwave is dodged. Fallnbandit looking to route them. They say, we have the mid lane. Mid lane's going to come down. They have to back, and they do have home guards 25 minutes in now, but this could be a lot of damage on the turret.
And there you go. Phil goes down to the bot lane for some reason to shadow an Illaoi who was not even close to the enemy team's turret. So it had almost no chance of working out. They lose vision control of the Baron buff and then lose the Baron as well. C9, smart decision to completely disengage with how strong Baron is now for taking objectives, as well as the fact that it does help with fights, but it's much better to disengage completely and set up one of these banner-powered pushes. So don't take the fight after you secure the Baron, just leave, and you will be able to start grabbing objectives on the tail end.
Really, wow. Just kind of shutting down CLG with map movement, staying away from them, but also playing to their errors perfectly and then sending that side bot. A few kills around, it's 8-3, which means there's a lot of kills on Omar. There's a powerful Tuesday, yet they are able to avoid this team that can lock you down.
Ooh, did not see that. Really early smite by Wiggily is actually Goldenglue who comboed it to finish it off. OmarGod was jumping into the pit. He got Maokai queued. Probably still could have got his smite off, but it's really hard to react to that situation. So no surprise by OmarGod, not able to steal that one, and kind of worth the risk in my opinion for C9, even though he did kind of get into the pit.
Yep.
They were losing that game, and that was a big punish on CLG for having their Bard out of position. I like the decisiveness of it. And here we go. There's that big old creep.
And this could be huge.
Where are your DMs at?
Where are they? None here for CLG Academy. And this could be big. This is beautiful for Zeyzal. This is where that call of the Forged God can just go right down the top side of the lane. They don't even want it yet. They're going to let the minion do as much work as possible. Bush! Bush! Look at that! Well, oh, that was... That's like when you get 99 LP and you're right next to your promos. A little lackluster. Come on, Baron.
And feels
Minion
just
banner.
And there you see, just the volley's the only thing that's really able to damage it. Gets it down to half HP. Void spikes coming in. They feel like they have to force the fight.
This is usually what happens. This is where you need the Thresh so you can hook it in and just get it under the turret early. Something that can just pull it out of positioning. And the turret finally takes it, or not the turret, the damage finally takes it down. The turret takes a bit of damage itself. And it looks like they're waiting for the next wave. They say nowhere to go, but straight forward.
That is the first one down. They did lose a lot of ultimates, though, committing to that. And, oh, they don't have a second one up, I guess, up for that next cannon minion. But instead, they're just going to walk forward. It's already done enough damage.
Oh, Zeyzal getting punched. Almost down to half. The Souls getting eaten on the side. OmarGod with a possibility to get in. Shockwave to 2. Does he want the tanky ones? It misses Wiggily as well, allowing him to enter into the crowd control and help the fight. OmarGod over the wall. They take down 1-for-1 in the retribution kill of the top side tanks.
Nice 1-for-1 by CLG. Keeps their inhibitor alive. Oh! No. You were still a vessel, buddy. Did not realize. Starts window shopping. Gets a big old tentacle on his top of his head.
Oh, that feels bad.
That does.
That feels really bad. We're only about 40 seconds into death timers right now. They did have good advantage on the side of Counter Logic Gaming's portion of the map, so not too much is lost here as CLG recoups. Divvies up these waves, and it looks like it's going to go bot lane to Tuesday, and the rest of the team now coming out of the base to set up their vision. Interesting little back and forth.
Yeah, and I was surprised to see a second banner not get popped on that cannon wave that was coming, because they don't have a second banner minion. Only the Ornn has it right now. Shiro has been in a tough matchup, so I understand needing to build a little greedier, but you have a Righteous Glory. You may as well have a banner of command. Either way, doesn't have it available for this fight. Goes to the flash Q to interrupt Fallnbandit from killing Keith. Shiro does die as a result, and then Keith says, "Thanks, tank. Thanks for saving my life. How about I..."
Sound effect. Can I get the mark pack?
Just replace all tentacle hits with...
Only on kill, though.
Only on
kill. Be like that duck noise.
Yeah.
Just take him out.
It's just sad after seeing your tank try his best to keep you alive, and that's how you repay him. Going down anyways.
Making awesome plays. You're like, I feel great. And dead. Good score lines on the side of Counter Logic Gaming, yet still having trouble defending this Cloud9 Academy team that has finally scaled up to some pretty big, epic proportions.
Yep, they have that Goldie now. We talk about team fighting. Both these comps pretty strong. I do like C9 Academies just with the extra front line that they do have available. But it is scary to CLG have so much damage and playmaking. If anyone gets caught out of position, not going to happen that time.
So difficult when everybody has boots too. Late game, you're just kind of like, oh, from center, you can basically make it out of Tempered Fate if you know which way you're going. And that is what Cloud9 is dealing with. Little dips, dodges, and ducks gets them to safety. Cloud9 Academy making a great story for themselves to keep that top score of the Academy League and really hold on to just consistent play throughout the league.
Yeah, wouldn't mind seeing them split the map up a little bit more now that the Baron buff's out. You have your TP with Illaoi. Bard has that banner command just dropped in the top lane, but I'd like to see the Illaoi with that. I don't know why you have Illaoi and Ashe dual farming a lane together with OmarGod pushing up here. Some questionable lane assignments.
Maybe they're swapping now. You caught them in a bad time, Mark.
Potentially. I mean, there was a push down there a second ago.
No, that's true.
And there's the dematerializer proc. Zeyzal popping that guy down right away.
It is gone. Still got to get pretty close, but if nobody's there to help it, why not? Especially since they have control of the map. They don't need Zeyzal to be anywhere right now. And top lane, going to get that split push going in from Goldenglue is Cloud9 setting up the defensive wall across the map. How fast can Fallnbandit work?
Got a little bit of time here. Good wave clear for CLGA Academy. The volley plus Orianna spam makes pretty good wave clear, and hard for C9 to walk up with their immobile carries of Goldenglue and Keith. They don't want to walk over that ball and get caught out.
Stop him from backing. Stop him from backing.
Yeah, so C9 in not a great position here. Don't see Shiro though. Don't know where he's recalling. They guessed the wrong side with that Ashe scout out. So Shiro will get back in time to defend the turret.
Oh, Goldenglue wanted to clear a ward. Sometimes that puts you out of position. You can see OmarGod almost doesn't even want it. All funneled into the same spot. Do they initiate in a 4v4 here with the top laners on the bot side? Journey across from Wiggily. Guardian Angel is regenning right now. Is Zeyzal in a bad spot, trying to find a way in. He gets routed by Otto. He has to get out of the fight as CLG journeys back to safety. And Cloud9 get a little tossed up there in the fight.
That was the definition of a jank fight there.
Yeah.
They almost got the pick off on the Goldenglue. The Ornn ult came in, which scared them off of following up on that engage. It was going to be a really big Ornn ult. So then Phil drops his portal down. Otto tried to take it, but got knocked out of it by the Ornn ultimate, which led C9 to trying to engage, but then Wiggily accidentally took the portal. And after all that, CLG is going to start the Baron off.
Minions on the inhibitor towards the top side of the map. Wiggily taken down, 5 members strong with Baron. And they're waiting for that banner to come back up to make it even bigger.
And here we go. They don't have the banner like you said, but they do already kind of push well with that Illaoi. Not sure. Oh, they're giving it for Otto to farm. That makes more sense now. I was like, what is Illaoi doing? So yeah, we'll take another look at this fight. So the Ornn ult comes in and knocks Otto out of the portal. So they go to engage on him. The Bardart stops that engage, and Otto flashes away. Wiggily misclicks, I'm going to guess, and ends up taking that portal to the top side where he gets popped. And now no one's in position to protect him from going down. Nice timing on the stun as well. They get that kill, forces everyone back. But now you've lost your smite, so Illaoi's going to run up, and they're going to get that Baron for free. Baron Command's going to come up in a little bit here. And so they're going to start setting up one of these pushes, and we'll see if CLG can get more off their push than C9 did with their Baron buff. It's a little bit later in the game. It's a little bit stronger. Hopefully they can grab an inhib.
Shadows again. Feels like these guys are
Spooky
getting
ghost.
out of my ults, dude. They cannot get out of my ults. Little hit confirmed there for himself, or possibly forcing flashes if they can get that to hit his targets.
Yeah, we also see the Morel Namaka in the mid lane coming back in. So interesting itemization. Death Cap as well.
I love Death Cap's build now. It just feels right.
Yeah.
It's like
2 big wands become a hat.
So great. Exactly what it should be.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh
Zeyzal.
my word.
And this is the thing about Illaoi. People think she's, you know, this split push champ. She's actually not bad in 5v5s when you have the pressure, because you just sit there and fish with your E, and if you ever land it, it's either a kill or you force them back.
And a lot of people don't respect or know the range of that spirit grab anyway, so she is usually getting you, probably taking down Keith pretty hard here now in a 3v1 situation. Almost stays alive, does with the stopwatch. Where's the spell vamp to come back out? Gets taken down immediately. Shiro finds that arcane smash as he comes back in, and Goldenglue is going to go down. What a turnaround, as Cloud9 was knocking on the door of CLG's base just seconds ago. They turn the map around, they get the fight they need, and from the bot lane, try to open up the base. Inhibitors down, but can they finish it?
They're gonna try to. They have 4v2 here, and they have the banner, no banner creeps, just Baron creeps, excuse me. It's very hard for C9 to walk up and stop this.
Around 20 seconds on 2 members that could really help to do this. Shiro's going down low, gets the auto attack for safety in front of the turret, tries to deny the damage. Keith puts himself in the frying pan and takes a bit more damage down. Tuesday and OmarGod aren't the biggest damage dealers, but they are going to have enough. It's only going to be Zeyzal coming out. Wigglily's gonna be a little too late, and OmarGod takes the last swipe to bring Counter Logic Gaming to victory over Cloud9 Academy.
CLG bounce back after losing a Baron buff. They protect their top inhib. They do everything they need to survive long enough to get their own Baron buff after a crazy fight in the top lane. And they win the game with that one push, talking about how strong Baron buff is now.
Absolutely. Back and forth. How many times they could have stopped something in the bot lane or the top lane that just like Cloud9 was toying with them almost, with the ability to lock somebody down with Ryze, pull them in or out with Zeyzal once they have to call the Forge God. And like we said, if it's going to be in last game, we said it was going to be one fight. It seems like a lot of these games are turning out to be that somebody's getting pushed in, one fight, game ender after that Baron.
And I really like how they did it too, because Baron's so strong. A lot of teams are tunneling on, let's get Baron, let's get a banner, and let's win the game with that push. But what CLG did was said, let's get 2 winning side lanes, let's get a good pick comp, and then if we pick somebody, we get Baron. And who cares if we don't have the banner of commands? We have a better comp for getting Barons because of all of our pick-off potential.
And looking at the replays coming into this one, a quick reel of OmarGod. Omar getting a lot of kills on the Kha'Zix from day to day, playing very well. And I think he went on no deaths today as well.
Yeah, and I think this is a new look, like we were saying, for OmarGod, playing the Kha'Zix, protecting his mid laner a little bit there, comboing with his bot lane, like we said, that has all this potential to find kills. Doing a good job all around. Also worked his way up on the top side, I believe, as well. So there it is. Shiro kind of getting bullied a lot by the Illaoi. Fallnbandit doing the heavy lifting in this dive. But OmarGod's happy to play cleanup duty, do that last 50 damage for the kill. But with that, he was able to kind of snowball his lead. He was very relevant in that game, as C9 actually did have, like we said, gold lead for most of that game. And then they bounced back and were actually able to take that game once they had killed Wiggily that one time.
Killed Wiggily that one time, and then a fight ensues. Let's take a look at the final fight that happened here. As the Counterlogic Gaming just kept moving, and on the bottom side of the map, they said, let's go.
And like we said, not respecting the range of that E. Get the Spirit pulled in by Keith. People try and punish Fallnbandit, but they get caught out of position. Fallnbandit does finally go down to Shiro, but Goldenglue's too far forward now, and he's going to die as well. So at this point, you've lost 3 members for the enemy's top laner. Keith is the only damage that really left alive, but he's not going to be able to protect versus that 4-man push with Baron minions. And there you see it. Why Baron's so strong right now, and I really like how CLG went to go secure Barons themselves.
And then you started that fight kind of saying, Illaoi, still a great 5v5 fighter. The hook onto Zeyzal was basically what started that off. Not, as we said, respecting that, making sure things happened, but once you get the Baron, you're pretty much able to do anything, put yourself in a position to get those hooks.
Right, I think Illaoi is great against tanks, and then you should have pressure. You should win the early game kind of off that, assuming they don't mess with it too much. Because remember, Illaoi died early on. Didn't matter at all in the course of the game. You get that pressure, and then you start either split pushing, or you group up 5v5, you get vision control, or you siege, and you just fish with your E over and over. You landed on a tank, doesn't matter, dropping to 50% HP, and suddenly it's a lot harder for the enemy to contest your pushing.
Okay, so now I have a question. We saw a game with a lot of banners, and then we saw a game with not a lot of banners after Moon was kind of saying, no, I don't think it's that kind of big of a thing. Do you think more banners should have been built in this game, or do you think it had its flow already?
I think it depends on what your team's strategy is. In this game, maybe one more in the top lane by that Maokai would have been good. You saw in that top lane push, the first one got killed, the second one showed up, but they didn't have a second banner to buff it up, and then they didn't actually take the inhibitor because there wasn't as big of a threat. So who knows exactly? I think we're all still kind of up in the air on what exactly is the 8.4 meta. Would this game have been decided by another banner? Potentially, but it's really hard to say.
And how would you, looking, or actually, I was going to ask you a question, but we're going to move on now, Mark.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for all your input. No.
Okay. I'm always down to talk more.
Actually, no. What would you like to see Cloud9 actually do in that instance? They blocked out to the top side, and Baron obviously wasn't their option to get it. How do you enter that base? I
think, you have such a strong front line. Just avoid getting E'd by Illaoi, understand the timing windows and go really aggressive. Then you have this righteous glory. Go buy space for your AD carry to walk up and take the inhib.
True. Well, all right. Thank you for the extra tidbit as well. The bag of chips from Mark, and that wraps up Game 2. But there is more league coming up after the break. Team Liquid will look to bounce back and head up against 100 Thieves. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the 2018 Academy League. Believe it.
I don't believe it.
The Ornn horn is on, and now they're actually going on to Tuesday. He gets himself under the turret. Zeyzal's going to be the guarder on this one. Wiggily goes down in the back and forth. The boom boom's coming out. And yeah, Shiro doesn't want any of that. Oh my word! I feel like that could have been played a little bit better in the sake of the fight, but they're still going to get it. He says it's all right if I go down. We're going to have to follow up here. Shiro, one last clockwork minion, do as much work as possible. Bush! Bush! Look at that! Here now in a 3v1 situation. Almost stays alive, does with the stopwatch. Where's the spell vamp to come back out? Gets taken down immediately. Shiro finds that arcane smash.